Hello and welcome back. My name is Roy Shaw, CEO and co-founder of ProTrainings, and this is CPRblogs.com. This particular episode is part one of multiple parts that I'm probably going to be doing, as I've already started this 3 different times and found that it gets so long-winded because there's so much to talk about how to grow your training business that I've decided to retool it. I've actually designed an outline. I'm going to share that outline with you online as well so you can print it, but I'm also going to break this into multiple sections so that when you go back to revisit it, you can do it in little chunks, just like I believe all education should be. Small, bite-sized morsels that you can digest in a short amount of time and review often. So, all right, so this is how it's going to kind of go. This was all kind of spawned a long time ago because we knew it's a lonely, isolated world out there sometimes when you're an independent venture person and you're trying to grow your training business, and yet everybody seems to be in competition with everybody. So it can be very difficult. Your training center doesn't really get it from an entrepreneur standpoint necessarily, nor does the corporate training center, and that's what differentiates ProTrainings from a lot of other training curricula, is that we're all about helping people, and especially in this case instructors and skill evaluators, to grow and to become successful trainers and instructors and sales professionals. So let's jump right square into this so this does not get long-winded like the other times I attempted to do this, and we'll get right into the outline. In this particular case, I'm going to outline it so you know what the series is going to contain, and then I'm going to actually try to tackle one piece of that today. So looking at this, we're talking about how to start your CPR training business. So this, whether or not you have an existing training business or not, I'm going to take it all the way back to those individuals who might be becoming an instructor for the first time. Maybe you've been displaced as an employee and you're looking for a turnkey business, of which I think partnering with ProTrainings and becoming an instructor, growing your instructor business, is a phenomenal idea as an entrepreneur and a venture. I just think it's a great idea, and the tools that we've developed are only going to make this so easy for you to grow a successful business. It's unbelievable. I wish that ProTrainings was around back before I started it, when I had my own bricks and mortar training company, because it would have helped me to become successful much sooner. But regardless, here we go. How to start your CPR training business. We're going to take a look at picking the right product to sell. In this case, it's a service. It's CPR training. But people in America buy the certificate. That's the product, the accredited certificate of completion for basic life support and first aid. They've got to have it. It's compulsory in nature, and that's why training in CPR and first aid is a niche market that's fantastic to be in. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Finding prospective buyers to sell to. That is part of the whole part of prospecting, dividing out people from being suspects versus prospects, and then pitching, educating, differentiating, and closing the sale. So we're going to be talking about the selling cycle. Qualifying the suspect is the first part of that. Moving on to prospecting. What does that mean? Information gathering from the suspect/prospect, calling them back, and then closing the sale. And then rescheduling for renewal. That's building a renewal business based on new business, and that's how you start stacking your success. Then the second part of that is prospecting. Suspect to prospect, pitching, which is going to involve differentiating, brain staining, and follow-up, along with consultative selling, and then the close. And when I say closing, that means they want to do business with us. They want to use us for their training, even if that's 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months down the road. They've made a commitment, and ideally what they've done is they've bought the seats. They've paid you the money, and so it's a closed deal. Until they do that, it is not closed. They are still a prospect. And in that closing, we want to change them from customer to client, from client to friend, and from friend to family. And then looking at how do we fulfill the deal. So closing the deal is only part of it. ProTrainings is going to give you loads of tools to change them from customer to client, client to friend, and friend to family, and then staying involved with their life so that in 2 years, when it comes time to renew, or in a year, you're going to be the go-to for them to retrain and recertify using the ProTrainings curriculum. And then fulfilling the deal is vital. If you don't close and fulfill, it isn't done. They haven't received their end reward for their pay. And that's whether that's a skill evaluation, whether that's a in-classroom training, or even making sure they get their seats and additional seats for 100% online. We're going to talk about what it means to fulfill the deal. Nurturing the relationship throughout the 2 years, ideally, which is part of making them a client, making them a friend, making them family. And then servicing the client moves to reaping the rewards of layering your fresh sales with renewal sales with commissions. So there's the outline, and this is just exciting, and I hope this helps a lot. There's a lot of how-tos out there, but this is specifically to the ProTrainings partnerships that we're forming with over 1,000 instructors now nationwide, and then another 700 instructors in the UK. We've got other instructors in Canada. Now's the time, if you're thinking about a turnkey business and getting into training, and even if you don't have any experience in training at all, we make this extremely simple for you to have a successful business. We win, you win, and with the investment of commissions for the rest of your life, as long as you stay active as a trainer or a sales rep for us, this is a great way to build lifelong residual income. So this is just exciting to see this happen, so I'm glad this came up.